2024 has been an absolute stormer when it has come to JRPG releases, many of them being Game of the Year worthy. With the likes of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Persona 3 Reload released, and The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. However, with a multitude of JRPGs released this year, well, I've not got round to some of these epic releases. So today we're going to look at 5 JRPGs that released in 2024 that I have not played yet. But before all that, hello, John aka Chicken Fillets here. If you like JRPGs I've not played for some reason, and a wee Scottish guy talk about it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Without further ado, let's have a look. Ys 10 Nordics, the JRPG developed by Falcom and published by NIS America, which was released on the 25th of October 2024. It's available on PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and on PC. Now, as per the bio, explore uncharted islands, engage in fast-paced action combat, and experience the high seas adventures of unlikely allies Adol and Karja in Ys 10 Nordics. Now, this action JRPG is an earlier story in Adol's life. Now, with any of the Ys titles, you'll expect fast-paced action, which this game seems to deliver. And then when it comes to the graphics, well, this is certainly taken a step forward compared to its previous two entries, Ys 8 and Ys 9. So yes, this is a JRPG that I've yet to play this year. Which, to be honest, it's a weird one for me because when the likes of Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana came out, I bought that day one on the PS Vita. Similar with Ys 9, I had that pre-ordered for the Nintendo Switch. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a JRPG that is on my wish list at the moment. It is one that I will probably pick up on a sale. Now, the reason I've not picked this up straight away compared to the likes of Ys 8 and Ys 9, well, it's just frankly, I've got so many other games on my plate that I was just working through at the time, and it just slipped through the cracks. However, I have no doubt that this game is going to be awesome, and I'm going to be dragged right into another one of Adol's adventures. If you have played this title, tell me what I'm missing out on in the comments down below. Metaphor ReFantazio, which was developed by Atlus, published by Sega, and it was released on the 11th of October 2024. It's available on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Now, as per the bio, the throne sits empty after the king's assassination. With no heirs, the will of the late king decrees that the next monarch will be elected by the people, and thus begins the fight for the throne. This new JRPG IP from Atlus has a hybrid combat system where you'll be able to fight enemies in action-based combat, then switch it up to turn-based combat. And look, this has Atlus connected to it, so you know that this game will be utterly fantastic. To the point, well, it has been nominated for Game of the Year. So yes, surprisingly, this is a JRPG which I've yet to play and yet to actually pick up. It is on my wish list, which I'm looking to get this for my Steam Deck. Now, I didn't get around to picking this up because at the time of the run-up to the release, I was in the middle of playing 8-Bit Adventures 2 for a review for the Nintendo Switch. And what this will no doubt end up being is similar to Persona 3 Reload, because with that game, well, I was late in picking this game up, but when I did eventually pick it up during the year, my god, I did not put that game down. Now, with this Atlus JRPG, it has had immense positive feedback, so I'm really looking forward to delving into this new world which has been created by Atlus. Unicorn Overlords, the tactical JRPG developed by Vanillaware, published by Sega. This was released on the 8th of March 2024. 2024, and it's available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. Now, as per the bio, from the masterminds that brought 13 Sentinels and Odin Sphere, Atlas and Vanillaware presents the rebirth of tactical fantasy RPG. Fight against fate and embark on a royal adventure to regain your reign alongside trustworthy allies. Now, this JRPG from Vanillaware sports tactical turn-based combat. Now, with any Vanillaware game, you can fully expect that gorgeous hand-drawn style presentation, and it's here in spades. So why is this a JRPG that I've not played yet? And I've got a very simple answer for this. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So, the dates of release was very, very close together, with the likes of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth releasing on the 29th of February. And with the likes of Unicorn Overlord releasing on the 8th of March, I mean, that is a very, very small window. With the likes of Final Fantasy VII being my all-time favourite JRPG and how much I adore the Remake series thus far, I mean, that is unfortunately the casualty when it comes to JRPGs being released so closely together. I mean, 2024 has been an amazing year for JRPGs, but there's been so many JRPGs that I've not been able to play it. If you have played Unicorn Overlord, what were your thoughts about it, and tell me why I'm missing out.
Talking about it. Ooh, yeah. Chicken fillets. How about we like, share, and subscribe, baby? Yeah. Anyway, back to the video.
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, developed by RGG Studio and published by Sega. Now, this was released on the 25th of January 2024, and it was released on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Now, as per the bio, two larger-than-life heroes, Ichiban Kasuga and Kazuma Kiryu, are brought together by the hand of fate, or perhaps something more sinister. Live it up in Japan and explore all that Hawaii has to offer in an RPG so big it spans the Pacific. Now, Like a Dragon returns to the turn-based combat which was introduced in Yakuza Like a Dragon. In a brand new setting of Hawaii as well, this game just looks outstanding. And come on, anything from Like a Dragon / the Yakuza series, you know, is going to be filled to the gills with minigames. So why is this a JRPG that I have not picked up yet? Now, weirdly enough, I had to look back on the game list that I've completed thus far this year, and I kind of came to the conclusion that it was because I was playing my backlog games. I had purchased Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed, so I was working through that. I finally finished off my playthrough of Judgment, which I started 2 years prior, and I worked through Super Mario RPG as well, so it looked like I was getting through my backlog at the time, and it's just the fact that I've not picked it up. I've picked up other games instead of Like a Dragon, likes of Persona 3 Reload. I purchased that instead of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Now, this Sega JRPG is on my wish list because I tell you what, when I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, the first introduction of Ichiban, I fell in love with that game. That turn-based combat was so much fun. And what I've been seeing of the feedback for this game, I know I'm in for a whale of a time, especially with all the improvements that they'll have learnt from the previous title. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, which was developed by Square Enix and Art Inc., published by Square Enix, and it was released on the 14th of November 2024. Now, as per the bio, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake is a stunning reimagining of the beloved masterpiece and narrative beginning to the Edric trilogy. Now this game, with being a Dragon Quest game, has the famous and classic turn-based combat that you would expect with any Dragon Quest game. Now with this being an HD 2D remake, you can expect a gorgeous art style to be shown to you. So yes, this is the most recent release, so I can kind of get away with not picking this one up so far, because currently at the moment I'm catching up with another entry which I picked up recently, which is the Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak. I'm finally getting through that and some of my backlog. Now, I do want to pick up Dragon Quest 3. When I will actually pick it up, I don't know. Now, I've got to be honest here, Dragon Quest is a JRPG franchise which I don't really have any fond love for. Now, that's not a bad thing, okay? I like the Dragon Quest games. I just don't have an affinity around it, because maybe I just didn't get brought up with these games. Not the likes of Final Fantasy, which was the first JRPG series I really got into. Dragon Quest is a fantastic series which has left an impression. I mean, if it wasn't for Dragon Quest, well, there would be no Final Fantasy. I'm kind of rambling on here, am I? The whole point here is that I will get round to Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake because it's had fantastic glowing reviews, and then down the line we're going to get HD 2D remakes of the first and second Dragon Quest, so I want to be able to enjoy these titles as well. So there we have it, 5 JRPGs released in 2024 that I have not played yet. Is there any JRPGs released this year that you've not played yet? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you like what you're hearing and seeing on this channel, well, please help me grow it by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And if you want to be kept up to date with everything Chicken Fillets, hit that notification bell. This has been John, aka Chicken Fillets, and until next time, tate bye.